So guys, out of here with a short guide on Uldaman dungeon in WoW Classic Hardcore. Dungeon area can be a little confusing, but basically you just enter here, and if you're going straight to the dungeon, once you get to this point, you just jump down and enter. All of the other areas, these are basically for the quests. There are a lot of quests for Uldaman, some of them partially or fully are completed outside, so if you're doing that, be sure to visit all of these rooms for the quest items. But as usual, the point of these guides is not how to complete quests, but rather how to stay alive and complete the dungeon. Okay, as for the dungeon itself, as you can see on the map can also be a little bit confusing. In reality, it's not that confusing. If you've been here at least a couple times, you already sort of understand where you're at. But in general, you walk in at this area. If we look at the map of the dungeon, it's where it says A. Mob level in the dungeon, by the way, varies a lot. At the start, you're gonna face like 38, 39 mobs. Closer to the end, you're gonna face like 44 mobs. The last boss is actually 47. But you can chase him if you're kinda a little bit scared. So you can definitely clear the dungeon with a group of like 44, 45. But in general, all the way up to 50, I would say, is a sweet spot where you're still gonna get a decent amount of experience. Right, so at the start you're going through this mini tunnel to this number 3, there's gonna be a Trog there. He's like barely stronger than regular mobs, you're just gonna kill him pretty much instantly. There is also a quest objective here where it says 2, and then you go to this room where it says 1. Again, the mobs in these areas, they are super simple, they really don't do anything, plus they're super low level, so no threat there whatsoever. Again, in this room where it says 1, there are quest objectives there. Depending on what quests you're doing, you need to complete those. Then you approach this room, and in this room you're gonna find a lot of mobs stealthed, but some of the mobs, they're not even elites, so you can pull pretty much, I don't know, 7-8 mobs at a time. You will be completely fine. Focus oracles, then you need to activate the boss. If you look here, there is like activation mechanism here. So you need to input the staff, and then the boss will come out of her room. Now, in order to create the staff, there are 2 pieces of this stuff that dropped previously. So you need to figure out who has pieces, and if that's 2 different persons, you need to trade one of the piece, then the person combines it, then one person who has both parts combine it in the stuff, and you insert this stuff here. So once the stuff is inserted, it will beam on this door, and the boss will come out. Also, once you kill the boss, if you have again the quest I don't remember the correct name, but it's like find the hidden room. This is the hidden room behind Arona. So you just when you kill the boss, you just go in this room and it's gonna be completed, and you can continue dungeon. Boss itself doesn't do anything, just smashes the tank, and that's it. Okay, now I have to go back to the map because on the video it's very hard to explain where we're actually going. So after this boss, there are various possibilities. First, you can go and clear the golem and unlock side entrance. It's good because you have an extra exit where you can just exit the dungeon in case something happens. Then, if you look here on the number 6, here where you have the master enchanter. If you have enchanters in your group, they probably want this. So, communicate within your group. And so this actually changes how you go through the dungeon, because if you need this master enchanter, that you have to go this way to enchanter, and then you can come from here to this boss. This is the golem, and there are also a lot of trash packs like wandering around in this area. And so if you don't need the enchanter and you don't want like full XP from all of the mobs, you can actually skip this area and go on the left side here on the 8, on the 9, kill these bosses, then come back to the golem via this part. Now we're gonna check how it looks on the VOD. Here we're approaching the side entrance. As you can see here, there are just several dwarves of level 40. So again, on this side, mobs are still low level and they don't hit as hard. So this obsidian sentinel near the side exit of the dungeon, again, doesn't do anything. You just kill him, regular golem pretty much. But from time to time, he will spawn these shards. You can just blast him down, ignore the shards, and kill the shards later. Once you kill him, you can just click the door to have it unlocked, basically, just in case, again. And you can continue moving to the left side of the map. So here we're moving on the left side. Again, there are scorpions in every pit. But as you can see, they are non-elites. So if you have like mages, warlocks, this is actually very easy to AoE down. So here we are approaching the boss that was number 8, I believe. Here I would say be cautious with the way you pull. Because there are some mobs in like sketch positions who also have like mini roaming path, and you can easily pull a lot of mobs. Like here, for example, these mobs on the left, they like barely pulled. Also gonna depend on the levels of your group. If you have somebody very, very low level, you can pull by accident. Also, these mobs are already more dangerous. They're level 43 and 44. There are some casters here, so be sure to like nuke them down. Then make sure that everybody's topped off. Healer should have mana, because then you engage the boss, and the boss actually consists of 3 mobs, the boss himself and then 2 adds. There are multiple ways you can approach this fight. I would recommend burning down 1 geologist first, or maybe you wanna kill both adds first and then deal with the boss. Boss himself doesn't do too much, but he will constantly apply debuffs to your tank and also fire shock to your tank. So if this stacks, there's gonna be a lot of damage. So healer should dispel that as soon as possible. After you kill this boss, you can proceed to this room where Grimlock is located. Here you're gonna face trogs, and as I said, these trogs, they hit quite hard. They are level 44 plus. Make sure to not overpull here. It's better to pull back and kill mobs like 2-3 at a time. And especially when you get to this room, be sure to pull these 2 mobs back. Again, when you kill them, make sure that your group is topped off. Also, your healer has enough mana. Then you can engage the boss. Boss has some adds. He has his crocodile that I would actually suggest focusing. And he also have a geomancer. So first, be sure to kill the adds. You can pull all of them back to the corner, or you can fight them with a stand. It doesn't really matter. Key thing here is to dispel the sleep. The Grimlock itself, he is mainly just casting stuff. And so again, when you coming back to this part, if you need the golem, you need to go like here. So it's a bit sketchy the way it looks on the minimap, but this is the way. Like here is a different part already. Like currently on the minimap, this is the appendix that leads to the boss. So they're gonna be golems here with the dwarves. So this is the pack. Golems, they cast an AoE stun from time to time, so be mindful of that. I mean, these are the same packs that you're gonna find if you approach from the different side. So once you finish this pack, the boss is actually standing right there, and I would recommend actually fighting him there. Here we decided to like fight here. That's actually not a good idea, because main boss's ability, he summons these sandstorms. They are like silencing you. So it's not very good idea to fight him in the corridor, because you're gonna be constantly slowed and silent. So if you want to be on the safer side, better fight him where there is more space. So once you kill this boss, you can go back here. You cannot cross here, by the way. There's gonna be a wall there. So you go back through the appendix here, here, and then you go to this part. This is the last part of the dungeon where you go in deeper into the Uldaman. Again, there's gonna be trogs here, and also try to pull them back. But this is actually the last area where you're gonna face the trogs. After that, there's gonna be packs with dwarves plus the golem. So you're gonna have, like, every pack is gonna be like this. So there's gonna be an elite golem who's doing AoE stun from time to time, and there's gonna be a bunch of non-elite dwarves, and some of them is gonna be casters. They pull together. For example, you don't see the golem in this pack, but if you pull any of these mobs, the whole pack will be pulled. Like if you pull, they're coming, and also there is a golem. Golem is coming. Just be sure that golem is being tanked by the tank. Also, as a healer, you can outrange the golem stun. You need to stand at like max range of your heals. So there are 3 packs of trash mobs in this room. 1 on the entrance, 1 on the left, 1 on the right. When you kill them, you can approach the boss. Before engaging the boss, make sure your healer is at full mana, because this fight can be a little bit mana consuming. So you can see these 4 golems, and this is actually the boss. They will activate one by one. You need to kill those. They are absolutely the same. In order to activate that, you need 3 people clicking on this pedestal, and they will be activated. Tank needs to pick them up as soon as possible. As you can see, they are quite high level. They're level 46. So if you're low level, you can see a lot of like taunt resists, misses and stuff. So be mindful of that. If you are DPS over aggroing, be careful. So what these guys do, they don't have any like specific abilities, but when they die, they will explode in the fire nova. So this fire nova, it doesn't do that much damage, but it kind of adds up. And so if you're not careful, and also your tank and DPS are taking a lot of damage, you can run in situations where your healer can run So once you finish these golems, the next door will open. Again, going towards the last boss, you're gonna face exactly the same packs. So it's gonna be golem plus a bunch of dwarves, apart from 1 pack. In 1 pack, there's gonna be just 2 golems, but they're doing the same thing basically. So your strategy remains the same here. If you're a healer, try to be at the max range while also being able to heal your party. So you're going forward, you're killing a couple more of these packs, and then you're gonna arrive at the last boss. Now the last boss is level 47, plus he summons a bunch of ads. So there are 2 possibilities to fight him. The one possibility is to cheese him. Second possibility is to fight as it was intended in the room. So if you fight as it was intended, you fight him in the room. Again, you need 3 people to activate him. Do not burn any of your DPS cooldowns at the start of the fight. First you fight the boss alone, then he will summon these regular non-elites. There is a pack of non-elites, and you just AoE them down. These are not dangerous. But when the boss is low, I believe it's like 30-35% HP, he will summon these golems. These are very dangerous, and at that point you want to burn down the boss as fast as possible. So your strategy here, you prepare all of your burst to this phase. So at the start of the fight, you're not really spending any of your cooldowns, any of your resources too much. You just gradually burning the boss down, and then towards the end, when he starts summoning golems, this is where you go. You like quickly burn him down, and that's it, you win. Here we decided to do a cheese strategy. 3 people must activate the altar, and as soon as the boss like does a twitch, he's not really activating right away. He just like starts moving, and then in a second or 2 he activates. So as soon as he starts moving, your whole party must run upstairs. You run upstairs to the next room. As you can see, boss just walks behind you. Be sure that aggro is on the tank and no one is left behind. And you can fight here. You can fight here, or you can fight in the rooms where you kill the golems. But here is completely fine. And so what this cheese allows you to do, you just fight the boss alone. From time to time, there's gonna be a small ads coming. As you can see, 1 is coming here. They will be coming 1 by 1. And actually, by the time he was supposed to summon the golems, he will be dead. So you're basically fighting the boss alone without the ads. Now, I don't know if Blizzard is intending to fix this. someday, or it's just gonna stay the same. If it doesn't work, you can just again fight the boss with the normal way. One thing I would like to add here though, if you're not sure whether or not cheese is working or not, or it's been fixed, before engaging the boss, make sure that your whole party is inside the room, just in case the door behind you closes. And by the way, after you kill the boss, proceed to the last room. There's gonna be a quest there that you can pick up. There's also a chest, but the chest usually have crappy items in it. But there is a quest. You click on these discs, and then the mob will appear on the left side, and you can talk to the mob and complete the quest. So after you complete this quest, you either TP or run out. There is no like a portal or anything to the entrance of the dungeon, so you just kind of have to run out on foot. That's gonna be it for this video. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.